This is Sarah, and welcome to my crochet YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to make these Christmas elf dog collars for your dog, cat, or any size animal because they're completely adjustable. Now, this is a free crochet pattern on my blog, and you can find that blog link down in the notes underneath the video. What you're going to need is any worsted weight number 4 yarn, or even cotton like a peaches and cream will work. I'm going to be using this sparkly red and sparkly white to make one that's red and white for our demonstration. You're also going to need some jingle bells. Now, this is what I purchased at Walmart. They have them in 2 sizes. This is the about a 1/2 inch size, and then they also have a 1 inch size. I chose the 1/2 inch size because I'm making them for small dogs, because Max and Rosie are small. You're going to need 1 bell for each point of your collar, and then we also use one as the button to put it on the dog. We're going to be stitching today with our H hook, and this is a H 5.00 millimeter crochet hook. You'll also need a needle so you can sew on your jingle bells and weave in your ends. And of course, you'll need a pair of scissors. Now, the color of yarn that you choose is totally up to you. You can see I did this one in a sparkly teal and purple. This is Red Heart Shimmer that I had on hand. These are Red Heart Shimmer Red, and then this green is I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby in the shimmer or sparkle green. And like I said, I'm going to use this red and white sparkle for today's demonstration. The first thing that we're going to do is make the points that go on the collar. And the way you size this collar is each one of these points at the top measures approximately 2 inches. And so what you'll do is you'll take your dog's collar measurement, multiply by the 2, 4, 6, 8, and then you'll add 4 more inches. Maximo and Rosie's collar or neck measurement is approximately 12 inches. And so I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the rest of it will be the extra 4 inches on the back of the collar. So make as many of the points that you need minus 4 inches. We're going to begin first with making the points, and the way we do that is we start with a slip knot, put our hook in and chain 4. Now we're going to place 2 double crochets in the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our first 3 chains are going to count as 1 double crochet, and then we're going to stitch 2 more in that 4th chain. To stitch a double crochet, yarn over, go in that chain, and pull up loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, and go through the second 2. That's a double crochet. So now we have 3 because our chain 3 counts as 1, and then we stitch 2 more. We're going to chain 3, and again this chain 3 counts as our first double crochet for the next row. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to stitch a double crochet in that same stitch as our chain 3. Now we're going to stitch a double crochet in the next stitch. Then we'll stitch 2 double crochets in the top of that chain 3 from the previous row that is counting as our first double crochet of that row. So we'll go in the top of the chain 3 and stitch 2 double crochets. And then we'll again chain 3. Our first row we had 3. Second row we have 5. And we're going to repeat similar what we did. We did our chain 3, we're going to turn and stitch 1 double crochet in that first stitch. That's the same stitch as our chain 3. Then we'll stitch 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll stitch 2 double crochets in the top of that chain 3 stitch. There we go. And that's how we make our triangle. Now, something that I learned, that don't tie this off. We'll use this beginning string to sew on our jingle bell, and then we'll go ahead and cut our yarn. There we go. And tie that off. All right, so let's go ahead and weave in that top string where we tied off, and we'll just go in and we'll just go through a couple of stitches, turn and go back the same way we came. Make sure you don't pull the top too much because you want that shape to stay. We'll cut that off, and then we'll go ahead and attach our jingle bell to the point of our triangle. It's a lot easier to do it at this point than to wait until they're all put together on the collar. All right, so we're going to just put that thread on our needle and then put the needle right through. Dropped it. There we go. Right through. Now make sure your needle eye is flat so it can go right through there. And I just go in and make sure you go through a stitch here, not just that hole, because we want it to stay put. And you can go through it a couple of times. Make sure that jingle bell is going to stay. I always give a little pull, make sure it's going to stay put. Then we'll just go to the back and tie that off. There we go. So now we've made the triangle for our collar. I have my 4 triangles made. And now I'm going to show you how to attach it and make the collar. So we're going to begin with the slip knot, and we're going to chain 8. We're going to take our first triangle and we're going to go right in that first stitch, and we're going to stitch single crochets across the top of that first triangle. And a single crochet, you just go in the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through both of those loops that are on your hook. Single crochet across the top of our first triangle. Then we're going to chain 1 and we'll grab our next triangle and we'll do the same thing. We'll go right in that first stitch and stitch a single crochet, and then we'll single crochet across the top. placed 1 single crochet in each stitch across. We chained 1, and now we'll go and attach our next triangle. We'll go right in that first stitch, and again stitch 1 single crochet in each of those stitches across. So there's our 3. Chain 1, and then we'll attach our last triangle. Once we have all 4 or however many triangles that you've made attached across, we're going to chain 10. And then we're going to turn. We're going to single crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this little hole is going to give us our buttonhole. Now we're going to single crochet back across the top of the collar, placing 1 single crochet in each chain and in each single crochet. So I single crocheted in each of the chains. Now I'm going to single crochet in each of the single crochets. More yarn here. And then we have that 1 single crochet in between. So we want to make sure that we put a single crochet in that chain in between. And then continue to single crochet in the next triangle top. So I single crocheted in each of the single crochets on top of the next triangle. And then I also single crocheted in that chain 1. And you're just going to repeat that. 1 single crochet in each of the single crochets, and then a single crochet in the chain 1, and then repeat that, and then we'll single crochet to the end of the collar here. Single crochet in that chain 1, and then again single crochet across the top of the triangle. There we go. So I've single crocheted across, and now I just need to single crochet 1 single crochet in each of these chains at the other side of our collar. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn. On this last row, we're just going to place 1 single crochet in each single crochet across until we reach our buttonhole. So we'll go right in that first stitch and we'll just stitch 1 single crochet in each single crochet across. I single crocheted all the way across the top of my collar, and now I'm here at this other end where I made that chain 4 buttonhole. And what we're going to do is go right in that hole and we're going to stitch 5 single crochets. Just like that, so that we have that nice little buttonhole to put our bell through. We'll go in the next stitch and just stitch a slip stitch to kind of hold that down. Cut our yarn and tie that off. And now the last 2 things we need to do is to weave this end in and to sew our bell on this end. So let's thread the yarn onto our needle and we'll go ahead and weave this end in first. I make a little couple of whip stitches like that, and then I take it to the back and just make a couple of stitches until I'm happy and think that that is going to hold. All right, so that made our nice little buttonhole. And the last thing we need to do is add our bell. Now what I do is I go ahead and use this string where we started with as the string to sew on my bell. And so I'll go up behind like this, and I'll just make a stitch just so it stays put. And the way you put this on is you want to put this on your dog's neck and adjust it until it fits the way you like it. And you do have a little bit of wiggle room with the end there where you place your bell. And then once you've decided, you just sew that bell on with that thread. Going through a couple of times, making sure it's going to stay put. And then again, go to the back and weave that end in. Came off my needle. There we go. Well, looks like I need to get my scissors sharpened up. All right, so here it is. I'm going to take my bell and pop it through that hole, and this is going to be a tight fit because you want it to stay put. And that's how you make our little elf, dog, cat, or any animal collar, because it's completely adjustable. I love my dogs wearing these because I like to hear them jingle around the house. So this is how you make a Christmas elf collar for your pet.